up, Mob Crew? I'm Chris, and also today's missing person case is Thailand, Purnia. Also, today's missing person case is Destiny. Today's missing person case is Haley Bible. Also, today's missing person case is Isabel Grace. Also, today's missing person case is Alexis Ware. So today's missing person case is Also, today's missing person case is Aaron Teresa Lawrence. So today's missing person case is Jessica Marshik from What's up, Mob Crew? I'm Chris, and today's video What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. If you can hear me all right, please put a 1 in the chat. I'm so excited. I've got Google Fiber Internet, and so this is the first day. It was just installed this morning, so hopefully everything will go smooth. I'm not hardwired in through the router yet, but the speeds that they offer are so much better than Comcast, and they're like half the price. So hopefully, just let me know if it buffers or anything. It shouldn't, but like I said, usually I have the router right down by my PC, and then I'm hardwired in. But now they had to, because when they install fiber internet, it's it's not run through like the typical coax cable internet. It's run through fiber internet, so they have to run all new lines and everything. So they had to put the router upstairs, but it seems like it should be going smooth. But if there's any problems, please let me know. But other than that, it should run the best I've ever had it. So I'm super stoked. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and shout out for Gisla from Grizzly True Crime for mentioning me and promoting my channel on her show. Thank you guys so much. I wish I could shout everybody out. We almost got 100 people in here already. Thank you guys so much. For those that may be newer to my channel, I'm Chris with Monsters Under the Bed. We cover true crime to paranormal. And then all my videos, I like to introduce missing person cases. And I do take requests, so if you have like a family member or friend that has somebody that's missing and needs some more exposure, you can email me. Just email me the details and the picture, and I'd be more than happy to feature them in a future video. So before we get started with talking about some Delphi and stuff, let's get into the missing. So this is Alexis Ware. I featured her a couple of times, but I've seen that people, some family members have been retweeting her cause, and so I thought we would show it today. So she was last seen on a Sunday on January 30th of this year. So she's been missing well over 5 months now. So apparently last seen in Anderson, South Carolina. This is the red 2019 Honda, and she is 29 years old, 5'6", black hair, brown eyes. So anybody in Anderson or in South Carolina, keep a lookout for her. And then we got one more. This is posted recently. This is a runaway juvenile, Janessa Ironroad, just 17 years old, Native American. 5'3", 140. She's brown hair, brown eyes. Looks like she's got a piercing in this one, septum. So it says she was last seen on May 17th, so about a little over 2 weeks. In 12:30, leaving her place of work at a hotel in the 1400 block of Mapleton Ave. She was last seen wearing blue pants and a gray Hampton Inn t-shirt. She's believed to be in Bismarck or Mandan area on the Standing Rock Indian Reservation. So anybody in that area, please keep a lookout for her. All right, so there is that. So today, I'm going to tone it back today because I kind of got behind on some things because we had the internet switch over and then a few other things happened. So I'm not going to go too in depth today, but I am going to add a few extra. I figure today I'm going to kind of go over some of the main persons of interest, or kind of like Ron Logan, Garrett Kirk's, and Shane Evans. Those seem to be kind of like the big ones. And I'm just going to kind of talk about them, and show you some footage from some news articles. And then let's quickly just recap for those that may be newer to the case, because I saw Miss Kelly earlier worried that she was going to have to go back and look at my previous videos to get caught up. But I usually like to kind of recap everything just for those that may be kind of newer to the case. So this is Monday, February 13th, 2017. Two girls, Abby and Libby, on a Monday. They did not have school that day. Kind of last minute decided they wanted to go to this bridge. It's called the Monon High Bridge. She had her sister, Kelsi German, drive them, and then they were going to have the Liberty's father pick them up a couple hours later. So, Bianca says there are so many POIs. Ooh, you know what? Give me 1 second, guys. I knew I forgot something. Let me see if I can highlight your chats real quick here. Okay, let me make sure that works. Okay, there we go. That works. Sweet. Yeah, you guys all agree on that. Yeah, tons of POIs. Yeah, I think we just go over the main ones and just kind of how they're connected and start with that and not go too in depth today just because it's been a while since I've been online. And so we'll just kind of take it easy today. Plus, I will share some of the new footage that I've got recorded as well. So, but anyway, getting back into it. So the girls decided to go to this park, and they got there at approximately 1:40. They got dropped off here. And they got dropped off here. There's a couple of different entrances. There's the kind of like the Freedom Bridge, and then you've got this entrance here, which kind of just takes you straight on what they call the 501 trail. And so the girls get dropped off at the Mears farm, and that's kind of like an unofficial parking area and kind of a shortcut to the trail. And so Kelsi leaves Abby and Libby, and so Abby and Libby take about so they're on the trail for about 30 minutes approximately. So from here to here takes them about, I think, 25 minutes. I can't remember if it was 25 or 30 minutes to get to the bridge itself. And then let's see, make sure I've got it. Okay, so Liberty German has her cell phone, and so she takes a picture at 2:05, and that's going in the direction that they're heading, which is southeast on the bridge. And they're kind of taking their time because this is a scary bridge. For those that have seen the video that I've played before, there's a lot of gaps in the bridge. For those that have probably not been on the bridge, it would be quite intimidating. It's very high up. The fall would most likely kill you because the water is only like a couple of feet deep. So it is very dangerous, but the teens like to go out there, and it's just kind of a hangout. So at 2:07, she when they're at platform 3, looking back, she takes a picture of Abby, and they're at platform 3 right now. There's 6 platforms, so platform 3 is about halfway, and so that's at 2:07. And then they get towards the end of the bridge, and of course they're taking their time. And we learned in recent documents that this video that Libby takes starts at 2:13. So from platform 3 to platform, well, I guess the end of the bridge, it took them approximately 6 minutes. And we've seen people walk this bridge before many times and refilm it. And the lady, I forget her name, I think it's Julie Melvin, she walked the bridge a couple times, and she says it takes her, just walking at normal pace, about 5 minutes to walk this bridge. So just 6 minutes from platform 3 to the end of the bridge, 6 minutes for the girls. You can tell that they were, going pretty slow. And this guy was definitely going at a decent pace. So Liberty had the good sense to pull out her phone. She noticed that this guy was approaching them. And this is where we get to hear a few second clip where it's a guy saying, "Guys down the hill." And I'll play that for you guys real quick. Guys. Down the hill. Guys. Sorry, that's not that loud, but guys. So, and I, like I said, I've done some experiments, and I'll talk about it towards the end of the show that I'm really excited to show you guys. So after the video, it is the girl's father came at I think around 4 or 5 to come pick them up. They weren't there, so he tried to call Libby's phone. It rang a couple times, but no answer. And so the girls did not show up, and so they called in a search party to look for the girls. They didn't find anything that first day, and then sadly the next day on February 14th, they would find their bodies on Ron Logan's property, who we'll talk about in just a minute, a little after noon. So this was a double homicide, and it's been unsolved for a little over 5 years now. So, put that down there. Open up my thing here. So one of the first people that was kind of like a person of interest was Ron Logan, and obviously the bodies were found on on his property. And it's interesting that he'd done a couple of interviews shortly after, and as you can see, he's kind of wearing the same outfit as what Bridge Guy looks like he's wearing. It's kind of hard to tell what kind of hat he has on exactly. So it's crazy. Some people think he's not even wearing a hat. Some people think he's wearing kind of like an ivy cap with a short build. People think he's wearing like a hat backwards with the bill back. I've done a lot of different reenactments, and I can't wait to show you guys this coming Tuesday what I think it is. But it is curious that this guy, Bridge Guy, is wearing a lot of the similar. As you can see, he's got some blue jeans. And so he definitely has kind of the same outfit as Ron Logan. And so the girls were found just about 50 feet from the creek, and in a recent documents that were released with the Ron Logan affidavit, is that said it was approximately 1,400 feet from his property. And so I kind of did a Google Earth doing like a just kind of approximation of the measurement, and it does kind of line up with the crime scene. Kind of ended up more by the creek, so I'd say like 1,400 feet kind of start about right here. So And this blue line is just kind of an estimation of his property line. I don't know exactly the property line. So the bodies were found on his property. And so this is, I'm going to play, this is from the news, and this is just kind of just a recap of the search warrant and why they kind of suspected Ron Logan, because he kind of made a bogus alibi, and people thought that was suspicious. So we'll play this real quick.
Thanks for inviting us in. Tonight, a leaked document for the early days of the Delphi investigation gives new insight into where investigators had their focus immediately after the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. A sealed search warrant obtained and revealed through a podcast shares grim details about the crime scene and the police interest in the man who owned the property where those two teen girls were found. Tonight, our Lauren Kostick begins our big story by explaining why police thought he may have been responsible.
Well, this is the home and property that is mentioned in this latest leaked document. It was home to Ronald Logan before he passed away in 2020. And it's also where police found the bodies of Abby and Libby more than 5 years ago. And even though this document is from 2017, it's giving new details that were never released before. Back in March 2017, 13 News was there when FBI searched Logan's property. We also spoke with him multiple times, and he even walked us back to the crime scene.
I can't really wrap my emotions around it. It's just so mind-boggling.
Now notice, now he did a couple of interviews right after, and I think he did an interview on February 14th, and he had this mustache. Now keep that in mind, because that'll go into my experiment that I did. Because somebody had a great idea when I was asking some ideas when I went to go out and do my experiments, some different things to try. And I actually put on a fake white mustache. So, and I'm going to show you guys the results of that towards the end. So, David Vogel says, one problem, Ron Logan is taller than the Bridge Guy Bigfoot video. Yeah, I'd have to find see if I can find some way to kind of match up the two. But yeah, I don't know exactly how tall Ron Logan is, but we think BG is between, they say 5'6" to 5'10", so maybe 5'8", give or take. But yeah, I'll finish the video. Like I said, I actually did wear a fake mustache and glasses. But keep in mind, this interview was done shortly after the murders, and he's clearly got a mustache. So obviously, if he was on that bridge that day, he would have had a mustache. And so I've got some interesting results for those that may still think it's Ron Logan.
I haven't really caught up. It hasn't caught up with me yet.
But recently, the podcast Murder Sheet obtained the sealed warrant. In the request, the FBI agent wrote, I believe there is probable cause to believe that Ronald Logan has committed the crime of murder, and the evidence of that could be found on Ronald Logan's property. The agent then went on to detail why, saying Logan asked a relative to create a fake alibi for him for the afternoon that the girls were reported missing. There was also cell tower data that tracked.
There's the two big ones. So he had obviously had made up a fake alibi. Now, what I think that is now he had had a suspended license, and that day of the murder on February 13th, he had gone to the exotic pet store around that time, or a little bit after that time. But he had called up a friend, I believe either on the 13th or on before they found the bodies. I know that for sure. And asked a friend if he would say, hey, you drove me to the exotic pet store between 2 and 5. And so obviously that raised a bunch of red flags, because it's and that later came out that that guy admitted that he had vouched for Ron Logan, but it was not the truth. But that's because Logan had a suspended license and didn't want the law enforcement to know that he was driving with a suspended license.
His phone to the crime scene. Plus, investigators interviewed 2 women who had been in a relationship with Logan, and both reported that he was physically abusive. While investigators continue to track down leads, the community hasn't given up hope. Posters remain in many downtown windows, a constant reminder of this unsolved case.
It just feels like yesterday, to be honest with you. I mean, 5 years is not a long time at all. You know, and it's in our faces every single day. We see the same people we associate with, you know, people that are close to them.
And like so many in Delphi, Omar Ruiz has learned not to jump to conclusions when new details are released.
You know, I can't make speculations and I can't say he did or he didn't. You know, it's one of those things that, once again, we're a community. You know, we try to stick together as much as possible.
The leaked document also gave new information about the crime scene, saying one of the victims was missing an article of clothing. There were no visible signs of a struggle or fight. Investigators.
I've heard now. We've kind of heard conflicting reports on this this particular one. No visible signs of struggle or fight. There was the leaked David Eskern text, which he said that Libby had put up a fight. So there is some kind of confliction in that. But so we're not exactly sure one way or the other. But I've heard that she put up a fight. But right now, what we can say is that's just speculation.
Signs of a struggle or fight. Investigators also recovered fibers and unidentified hairs, and it also appeared the girls' bodies were moved and staged. No matter how much time passes, the community isn't giving up.
Okay, so I think that's yeah. All right, so that's just kind of some of the rundown of what was released. So let me get back to where we were at here. Make sure it's in there. So we got Marvin Frake in the house. They just got done kind of covering a little more in depth of all the players involved, a lot more in depth than I'm going to go today. I figured since they were doing that, I might kind of go take a look at some of like the top POIs throughout the last 5 years, talk about them a little bit, and then talk about my experiment that I've been doing and some of the results. So next, we've got Garrett Kirks, who we kind of introduced, I think, what was it, last weekend. So Garrett Kirk's father knows Ron Logan, and so Garrett Kirk's used to go over to Logan's property, and so they know each other. Kirk's and Logan know each other quite well, and so we'll move on here. And in an interview, Garrett Kirk says that he used to go over to Logan's property and they would hang out, and then he would go four-wheeling and other activities. And he knows the bridge quite well. He knows, obviously, the area quite well. He knows that there's some back trails and everything. And so Garrett Kirk's is, I would say, way up there with the POIs, persons of interest. I think there's still probably a lot of people that still have Kirk's as their main person of interest. I've never really gone too much into persons of interest until now, and I just want to say, even though I'm mentioning some of these players, I don't think any of these guys are BG in my opinion, but I just want to kind of expand the storyline and the players involved and just the connections to Ron Logan and some of the persons of interest. So Garrett Kirk's, I'm not sure how old he is now, but at the time he was 22 from Lebanon. He was accused and eventually admitted to the torture and murder of Nicole Bowen. He admitted Friday to a judge that he and two others conspired to kill the West Lafayette mother of two because they were sure she was going to turn them in for cooking meth. So apparently, because she was going to tell on them, Nicole was lured to a trailer, and this was, I believe, Kirk's ex-girlfriend, and now his girlfriend at the time of the murder, Ashley. They were told her that they were going to lower her to a trailer, and they were just going to fight it out. And apparently, when this fight broke out, Kirk's kind of intervened and killed Nicole. And then we've got Chris Mathis. He's one of the 5 people that were kind of connected to helping cover up the murder of Nicole Bowen. He pleaded guilty. And let's see, let's read what it's got here. So on March 30th, 2019, he accepted a plea agreement and has been released after being sentenced to time served. Let's see, in accordance with the plea agreement accepted by Mathis, guilty plea for the offense of assisting a criminal level 6 felony, and dismissed the charge of obstruction of justice, which is also level 6 felony. Judge Moulter sentenced Mathis to a 912-day term of incarceration to the Department of Corrections. However, since Mathis had already served about half of that of his incarceration while waiting the deposition of the charges, the court just granted the credit for the full 984 days towards the sentence, and so he was released. He was also fined $1 along with court costs for a total of $185. I think that's kind of low for even though he didn't commit the murder, he still assisted. And so yes, her body was found in a hunting shack in Kentland. So he's so Chris Mathis is obviously, so you got Ron Logan, who was associated with Garrett Kirk. Garrett Kirk, who's associated with Chris Mathis, and then there was also a few other people, along with Ashley Garth, and 2 other females that were involved in kind of cleaning up this mess, that kind of also were charged in this. So, and I was going to go a little bit deeper into that, but I thought kind of if you guys were catching Marvin Frank, I didn't want to kind of do info overload on too many people today. So, the connection with Kirks and Mathis is, before this happened, is Kirks used to work with Mathis for a time, and they've become friends. Later, Kirks would ask Mathis to help cover up the murder of Nicole Bowen, which we just read. So this is, let's see, do I want to play this? Let me back it up. Let's see which one I want to play first. Yeah, let me play the audio. Okay, that's what missed. So I'm going to play just a little bit of audio of Garrett Kirk's, and then I just kind of want to go back and look at his photo for a minute and match it up to the pictures, because Garrett Kirk's, I could see definitely why people kind of have them as have him as a person of interest, because he kind of matches the description, the size, and also the way he kind of looks. In some photos he looks young, and in some photos he looks a lot older. So I could see where maybe you got 2 different witnesses, see Garrett Kirk's, and you could get 2 different sketches where you'd kind of have an older and a younger sketch. I could see that, especially if one was where he he's got all the the hat and the coat and everything kind of covering his face, so you couldn't really see it, so he might have looked a lot older. And then you had one where maybe he didn't have all the stuff on, and so I could definitely see that. So I'm going to play a little bit of audio of Garrett Kirk's. This is shout out to Open Secrets. I'm not sure what happened with her, but she did a lot of interviews with Garrett Kirk's while he was kind of awaiting his trial, and she was asking him about the Delphi murders and then obviously his involvement with Nicole Bowen, but a lot of her questions were towards the Delphi murders, because I think she kind of suspected it was Garrett Kirk's, but she was trying to give him the chance to kind of speak out. So it was kind of interesting. She's got a lot of interviews, so if you haven't seen those, I would shout out Open Secrets, and I'll definitely put the link to them in the video after I'm finished.
Because there's a lot of drug addicts that go to very, very...
Okay, so I'm going to skip this back just a little bit.
Because there's a lot of drug addicts that go to very, very, very steep fucking, situations to get their drugs, whether it be sell themselves, whether it be commit robbery, whether it mean fucking kill somebody.
In the American criminal justice system, a defendant is presumed innocent
We used to take our cars back there between the boards like that. We used to get...
unless and until proven
Okay.
guilty in the court of law.
So he's going to start off talking about him hanging out on the ranch and stuff and the Monon Bridge. So he definitely knows the area for sure. So I could definitely see why a lot of people have him as like their person of interest.
What is that one, like 60 feet?
80, 100, something like that. And there's spaces between the boards like that. We used to get drunk and run across it.
Did you ever fall? You wouldn't live, right?
Oh, probably not. That water ain't but like 2 foot deep. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
when I was hanging out with all my buddies and shit, we used to take our cars back there, on the trail that goes to the bridge, but it's real tight. You gotta
Really?
your crawl out the window to get out of the fucking car when you get back there. Yeah, I mean, we used to go back there and sit on the bridge, and you can run across that motherfucker, but there's spaces in between we always used to go out there and get fucked up so you could run across the bridge without falling.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
And if
crazy.
you fall, you're gonna die because it's pretty high up. So
Well, so you're not very risk adverse, huh?
no shit. And then when they questioned me, like 4 detectives bombarded me. They're like, "Well, if you know something, that's got to be weighing on your conscience." I said, "Don't try to guilt trip me, motherfucker, because I didn't have nothing to do with that shit."
Did they come in thinking they already had their mind made up, or did they come in with an open mind? It seems like
Well,
they're just...
they came in with the detective that came to pick me up, that took me down to the police post to take that polygraph. He even told me himself that he didn't think that I did something like that. Well, they asked me, like, they said that my phone pinned on the cell phone tower in Delphi that day and all, but that's bullshit. I wasn't in Delphi that day.
They ask you?
So his alibi, or what he says, is that during the span of like a week, which where the girls were murdered, he said he kind of went on a big bender and was doing a bunch of meth, and I guess he mentioned he went out and bought some spice before this kind of splurge, and so he doesn't remember, he can't give an actual location where he was at on the the days of the 13th and 14th, so clearly that's another reason why people would think that he's a good fit for the a suspect, because he can't say where he was at. He just says he was out just getting super high and had no idea where he was at. So
Yeah, and I remember I was at my mom's house at my Uncle Toby's, and I remember seeing her on the news,
Yeah.
Because my mom's like, "Oh my God," and I remember seeing that on the news at my Uncle Toby's house. But they said my phone pinged in Delphi on the day of the murder. I said, "Well, they're like, what was your phone number?" I don't fucking know. You know how many phones I've had? I get paranoid. And the detective's like, "How many phones have you had?" I said, "You know how many phones I've traded for drugs?" They said my phone pinged in Delphi on the day of the murder. I said, "Well, they're like, what was your phone number?" I don't fucking know. A lot of people, especially in Newton County, like, they don't see me for who I am. They just see me for what happened. I mean, with a plea bargain for 45 years for me to take a polygraph for the homicide in Delphi of those 2 little girls. And I took a polygraph, and I passed it. Well, one of the questions they asked me, I answered a question, and then they asked me a question, like, back to back. So, like, I was still trying to comprehend. My mind was still trying to comprehend another one, so they said that it was deceptive. So basically what they did, Drinsky, the prosecutor here, said, well, since you didn't pass the polygraph, we're going to take the 45-year plea off the table. So that's what happened.
So yeah, so that there's another a thing that would look bad is not passing a polygraph due to deception. So you've got all these things kind of adding up. So because I would say ever since I've started talking about Delphi, and if you could, I know I'm mentioning some of these people, and I try to say just put initials in, but yeah, if you can, if we're not discussing the people that I'm talking about right now today, just please put like initials. I appreciate that. But yeah, I would always see like GK and SE in my my comments throughout talking about Delphi. So it seems like, and even RL, I definitely seen some RLs, but I would definitely say GK probably I've seen probably come up the most, and then probably a close second would probably be SE, Shane Evans, who we're gonna talk about him a little bit. They'll be our 3 main for today. That way I'm not getting too deep in all the different players, but people in Delphi. But let me play just a little bit of this interview, and then we'll jump over to Shane Evans. We'll talk about him a little bit. He's the former mayor. And then we'll see where we're at on time. Probably going to go just about an hour and a half. Gosh, it's already... Man, time's flying already. So we'll play a little bit more of the interview. Also, I found his YouTube video. I don't know if you guys seen Garrett Kirk's YouTube video, but we'll play just a little bit of that.
Oh, what question did they tell you showed deception on during your polygraph for the Delphi girls?
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable answering that question. That's still under investigation.
Why did if Delphi's done with you, why did you tell me that you didn't?
Okay, let me skip this forward. This
that's my question. Like on the news or something?
Yeah, it was on the news.
And so, right, and that's a major thing. Like, what did you think when you got? Was everybody just in shock or what?
Well, yeah, because my mom's like, "What the fuck?" And then I seen the TV. I was like, "Whoa."
And then what you got? Like, you guys didn't talk about it, or? I mean, don't you want to?
Well, yeah,
So I'll just leave it there with that interview. But like I said, that's open secret. She did a lot of interviews with Garrett Kirk's while he was incarcerated, right after the murders. So yeah, very interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna probably save that one. So let's jump over to Shane Evans. So Shane Evans, former mayor of Delphi, Indiana. Actually, let me jump back real quick. There's one thing actually I want to show. Let's see, what would be the best way to show it? I meant to do this and I completely forgot. If I could put it. Yeah. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So, as you can see, this is, I believe he's like 20 or 21 in this mugshot. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I know you guys know a lot more about some of these POIs than I do. But I could definitely see him where, you know, he's so young, but, you know, if the right person, and he's got like a hat on, I could clearly see somebody thinking he's, you know, 30 or 40 years old. He's just kind of got that full face. I don't know how to describe it, but he just does look a lot older than his age. And so I could definitely see, you know, if the two sketches are just one person and it's just two different witnesses that, you know, just thought one guy thought the same person, one witness just thought it was an older guy, and then another person sees the same person maybe without the hat, because clearly there's no hat on this, you know, sketch. Maybe it just made him look more his age, I guess you could say. So I could clearly see that for sure. So let me close that out. So, and now moving on to another big one is Shane Evans, who is the former mayor in Delphi. And so I'm going to play a video. Close this out real quick. Somebody put this together. I'm not going to play the whole thing because I want to steal their thing, but
to the killer.
They put together some very interesting clips of Shane Evans and some great arguments. Let me readjust this so it fits the screen here. Okay. Oop. Stretch that out a little bit. Wife of Rock. Gee, haircuts is 70.25, which is inches tall, and BG is an equivalent to 5'10". So just a little over 5'10". That's around. Ooh, wow. You really know Garrett Kirk's. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. That size 3/4 to 7. Wow, definitely did your homework. Yeah, I would say, goodness. Thank you for sharing that. Wow. Very interesting. Huh. Might have to look into that. So one of the things, I'm glad you kind of mentioned this, is that so when people get booked into county jail and stuff, you know, and you look up, let's take Keegan Klein, for example. You know, when you look up his mugshot and like his, you know, his height and weight and everything, he had 6'1" for his height. So Open Secrets actually called up one of the counties and asked them, well, how do you get your information when you book somebody? And apparently they just either ask the criminal or go off their ID. They don't actually do their own measurements. So because she had noticed, because he'd been in different counties, Garrett Kirk's had, that, you know, there's one where it said he was like 6'1", and then one that was, I think 5'11", I want to say. And then one had him like with brown hair, brown eyes. And then another one had him like with, I think like blue eyes and brown hair or something like that. So very interesting. You can't really trust those, what they've got recorded in the county jail. So, all right. So this is moving back to Shane Evans here. Thank you for sharing that, though. That's quite the homework, I would say. Yeah, we'll definitely Moonshadow. I think Judge Fouts is a POI in my book. Yeah, like I said, well, today we'll just do the 3 today, and then I'll show some of my results of my big experiment I've been doing, and then, you know, we'll kind of each stream will kind of introduce a few more of the bigger POIs.
We believe you are hiding in plain sight.
Okay, so let me. Okay, so here we go.
This afternoon to become the first independent.
So June 2015. Here he's kind of got his thin beard, mustache.
In this year's race, Evans graduated from Delphi High School in 2008 and is currently studying for the Indiana bar exam. In 2012, Evans ran as a Democratic candidate for the Indiana House of Representatives.
Delphi's next mayor was sworn in today, 1 week before he officially takes office. Independent candidate Shane Evans won last month's 3-person race with more than half the vote.
Welcome back as we close out 26.
Okay, push forward a little bit, does a little bit of interviews. Okay, so now this is.
They change their appearance.
Okay, so this is after the murders, and so this is one of the things that kind of raised red flags with Shane Evans is he changed his appearance right after. February 13th, there isn't. It's kind of rumored that he doesn't have a direct alibi to where he was at. There's talking with Frank. He was still trying to figure out where he was at that day. He's supposed to be at, I believe, a meeting or something, but I don't know if it's been verified or not. So I guess that's another red flag.
Did they
dropping everything,
shave their beard?
Provide food to families, provide food to law enforcement officers here.
Evidence in this case.
In this one, so this obviously we know this is February 22, and people thought he was acting kind of shady in this. Hey, Holly Southern Stout. Man, it's been a while since I've seen you in my chat. Glad to see you. I hope you're doing well, Holly. So, yeah, I'm going to play this. People think that, you know, he's kind of looks like he's sweating bullets or something.
I believe this is a double homicide, and that's what we're investigating at this time.
Thank you, Tony. We do have some new information for you today. It's in the form of an audio file from the cell phone that Liberty German had with her at the time. We're not going to play everything that we have, but Liberty had the presence of mind.
You talking about Klein, Bossy?
Again, we're not going to be able to share everything with you, but we are going to share this audio clip with you momentarily with the hope that somebody will recognize this voice And I want to be very clear that what you're about to hear.
So obviously this, I believe this is from True Crime Investigates, and I'll also put a link to this video as well. So shout out to them. They kind of added the heartbeat in here. He does look like he is sweating. It is, it is kind of weird.
4 short words. Excuse me, 3 words. Down the hill. You're going to hear this played 4 times. The audio quality is not superb, but there's enough there that somebody could recognize this person's voice. And as Superintendent Carter said, not to rationalize away. If you hear this today.
Now, let me just reiterate, like I said, even though I'm showing these people, I do not think they are bridge guy, in my opinion. I encourage everybody to do their own research. And like I said, this is just for entertainment and education purposes, just to expand on the people that are kind of known associates to, Delphi and some of the main bigger, a lot of people's POIs.
And you think, my God, that sounds like fill in the blank.
So let me fast forward a little bit here.
Recovered from...
Let's see. So here we got the walk. Oh, okay. So one of the things, is I think because he points his toe, he kind of goes with his gat. He kind of has his toe inward a little bit. Like I said, really, this bridge guy is starting to change his direction. I think most of you, if you know this case, because a lot of people in the beginning, when they see this footage, they think that he's just got like a limp or something. But honestly, he's actually just starting to change direction and kind of go towards the middle. It's the way that they set up the 1 second clip, and the way when it restarts itself, it actually adds kind of what looks like an awkward limp, but it's not. It's just him kind of starting to change direction, and then when the video resets, it kind of adds like a, what looks like a limp.
As he walks.
But
do you recognize the mannerisms as being someone that you might know? Remember, he is walking on the former railroad bridge. Because of the deteriorated condition of the bridge, the suspect is not walking naturally due to the spacing between the ties.
So he's kind of got the, oops, let me go back there and pause that. So it looks like he's kind of got, get it just right. Sorry, let me play it and pause it. Right there. That's the best I can get it. But as you can see, he's kind of got his right foot kind of turned in a little bit, kind of pigeon-toed. But I don't know if that's enough evidence to say that's, it is a little interesting. He definitely has the body, in my opinion, for it, for sure. I'm not sure his exact height, but he looks pretty close. Yeah. Yeah, he's got an awkward walk, that's for sure. Gat.
And the people of Carroll County have re-elected Shane Evans as mayor.
Evans ran again as an independent. He was elected into his first term as mayor in 2015. Mayor Evans wants to continue momentum on updating and maintaining Delphi's infrastructure.
It's an honor to serve the city of Delphi, the place I grew up. The people in this community, that means so much to me. We're excited with the turnout.
There was a spot where he played Guys Down the Hill while he was talking. Here, let me just to pique our curiosity real quick. Okay, let me. No, it's not that loudest. Let me kind of.
And maintaining Delphi's infrastructure.
It's an honor to serve the city of Delphi, the place I grew up. The people in this community, that means so much to me. We're excited with the turnout. This case is the city of Delphi, the place I grew up. The people in this community, that means so much to me. We're excited with the turnout. The city of Delphi, the place I grew up. The people in this community, that means so much to me. We're excited with the turnout.
It's tough to hear. Another thing that I did is that in my recreation that we'll be showing this Tuesday when Grizzly True Crime comes on with me, is I did a reenactment of that, because I've got a an iPhone 5 that I got, which Libby had that day. And so one of the experiments is that I had my cousin, kind of play as Libby, where he has the phone out and then puts it in his pocket, and then I say, guys down the hill. And I do it a couple times, and I do it at different distances. I do it kind of away. We did a lot of different things with the voice. But I'll show you the results Tuesday. But I wanted to know, like, how close does it sound to my voice, with the phone being in a pocket. And then you got to take in the account of the gravel. So, but yeah, I'll have the results on that Tuesday. So, let's see, what else is in here?
Delphi Mayor Shane Evans didn't realize that after completing his law degree back in 2015 that he'd later serve his community as a leader.
The people of this community are fantastic, and they want to help, and they just really love this community, and I saw that as my opportunity to give back as well.
Evans says throughout his time as
so then
mayor,
obviously another thing is he's got, that, kind of the reddish brown hair thing. Well, he's got a full beard now, but, he's usually kind of rocking that lighter, thin goatee and red beard. Doesn't have blue eyes. Definitely has kind of the long bridge nose that we've kind of zoomed in on BG's face, which looks like he's kind of got like a long bridge, BG that is. So I could definitely see why he's up there on the POIs for sure. So there's some of the top ones. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, isn't a mayor doing merry things at 2 on a Monday? Yeah, Frank and Marv, I know he was supposed to be doing something, but I don't know if it's been been checked out or not. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good statement. Contacts can turn brown eyes blue. Oh yeah, anything in general. That's for sure. I think that now the argument to that would be, I would think you would have to wear contacts for a long time, because if you ever see some people put contacts for the first time or not used to them, they blink a whole heck of a lot. Now obviously we can't see BG blinking in the video, but I would think I could definitely see a disguise for sure. I could see someone and I don't have it today, but there's a story that I want to kind of bring up where a guy robs a pawn shop, and it turns out that he had connections with the owner. He actually used to own that shop, I believe, or something. Anyway, and so he knew the family quite well. He used to go there and eat dinner and stuff. So he knew the family quite well. As a mother, father with 2 kids, and it was kind of like the American dream. The guy buys a business from a former owner, and he kind of is the mentor. And so when there's a 911 call, and it's from the little boy. He sadly witnesses his parents get shot, and so he's in the back with his young sister. And anyways, he's the only one that can give a description, and he says, yeah, this guy had this big massive beard and a big nose. And well, come to find out, he wore this big fake beard, and it was somebody real close to him that would come and check on him and was kind of like a mentor to them, but ended up getting greedy, and I guess there was some kind of ill will and some things that kind of went bad in between when they sold the place. Anyway, so yeah, it's definitely not unheard of to kind of wear a disguise, and so I could definitely see something like that happen, with BG. Could definitely explain the old sketch and the young sketch for sure. So Bossy, all of the Carroll County Council meetings are on YouTube except for the month of February 2017. Really? That is interesting. Thank you for that information. Huh. Very interesting. So, let's see. Before we get into my results, so we do what I call pet time, because all the donations that come in, we 35% of that goes to the Humane Society. So let me switch over. I'm still getting a few things set up with my my live show. I'm still putting a new intro together, a new halftime show, which I'm going to promote this Tuesday, and probably the new live intro as well, because the problem with my live intro is some people think that I'm actually talking about those missing persons at the beginning, and so I'm going to there's some confusion, so I'm going to fix that up. So, but I just want to say thank you guys to everyone. We've donated over $700 to the Humane Society, and that's not counting what a few of those donations that we turned in were matched up to 3 times. So you could say we've definitely donated well over $1,000 to the Humane Society. So real quick, I'm just going to show a few viewer pets. Just something that I've kind of introduced into my new live shows. Just something kind of like a halftime real quick. If you want your pet shown in an upcoming video, just email me. And like I said, we do this because I donate to the Humane Society. So this is from Foot Wedge. This is Onyx, which is a black cat. I love black cats. Then we got, this is from Raven. This is Cash, like Johnny Cash. This was sent in from Sean 420. We've got Milo, and we've got Dane. Zoom in on that. We got twins. He's even kind of got Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then we've got from Sharon, who's in the house, Bella Grace. I'm showing some old ones because I just didn't have time to go through my emails today. This is from WL22. This is Lucy and Cecile. And then we got Copper Horse is in the house. She's got so many beautiful animals. She's got some Maine Coons, I believe. So we got Silver, Belle, Steel, Harley, and Magnolia. So, oh my gosh. That is such a cute picture. I love Maine Coons. I used to have a Maine Coon. Beautiful cat. Christy B. This is Leo. And Dog Defender. This is Jingles. Love that name. And this is from Felicia, Cash Marley, and Piper Lee. Another photo of Cash Marley and Piper Lee in their little outfits. How's your mama? This is Ellie with somebody's hair hanging over. She's got some bangs going on in there. Then we got from Jill, this is Ozzy. Just hanging out. This is from Jolie. We got Jack. Oh, this is One-Eyed Jack. Poor guy's only got one eye. A rescued dog. That's amazing. Oh, WL22's in the house. Nice. There we go. This is also from Jolie. This is Charlie. That's so cool, the tongue. So we got just a couple more. From Kay, we got Loki. Beautiful dog. Gosh, that's a beautiful coat. And I think we got 2 more. So this is from Kelly. This is Georgia and Ebony. Beautiful dogs. Thank you, Kelly, for sending that in. And just a couple more. We got from Lady M. We got COVID in blue. And I swear this looks like a little koala bear or something. This is from Lady M, the chicken. We've got a lot of chickens ourselves. Lindsay, we got W1 Kenobi. That's an amazing name. Little bulldog. And we got Sammy Boo Boo from Mimi. Sorry, that's a kind of a bad quality. We got Paula. This is Bandit. And so that'll do it for the pet time. Appreciate everybody sending those in. You can email me, and I'll show them in a future video. Okay, so all right, where do I want to go to? All right, so as you guys know, I have been doing some experiments. I've been filming a lot lately. It's kind of why I haven't gone live the last couple days. Plus, with the Johnny Depp and Heard case, just everybody tuned into that. I kind of figured just kind of take some time off and go film. And so I've already done it a couple times. And this was kind of just like just to kind of get an idea, because I knew I was going to make some mistakes and stuff. But I went out and it was just kind of trying to do some reenactments, just kind of see, you know, what I could kind of replicate as far as, you know, the bridge walk. And so one of the things with the first time I did it is I didn't have the iPhone 5. I had a phone that had kind of similar specs to the iPhone 5, but I think it was slightly better. So this is what's nice about me going out and filming with the actual iPhone 5, is I'll actually be able to have some great results, or more exact results to the same conditions. One of the things that I feel is that I think it's a brown hoodie compared to a fanny pack. Now, I didn't have a fanny pack. I just went out to the Goodwill store and just bought whatever I could, because like I said, it was just kind of like a rough draft, if you will. So I didn't go too all in this time, but I did get some interesting results. I definitely think the hat, when it comes down to it, is a more of a short bill ivy hat, in my opinion. So I went out. All right, so this is what I told you guys, is I was going to give you some results. Like I said, most of this I'm going to show you on Tuesday, but I thought I'd give you kind of a sneak peek here. So now I'm not on a bridge. This was just to see what it would look like on an iPhone 5. Now, this was taken obviously from approximately 70 feet away. The bridge guy is. And obviously then cropped and zoomed in. So here I am at a little past 70 feet. I think I'm about 72 feet away. And I have got a white mustache on, which, as you can see, you can clearly make out white. Can't make out much, but you can clearly see the white mustache. And I've got glasses on. You can't tell it. That is a little bit further away. As I get into about 70, well, a little bit shorter than 70 feet, you do kind of start to make out the glasses, but it was kind of hard to tell the glasses from that far of a distance. So I would say this is some good argument that this is most likely not Ron Logan, for those who still think it's Ron Logan. I think now his mustache is slightly lighter than the one I had. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I as a matter of fact, I super glued the fake mustache to my lip, and actually, I luckily I went light on it because I thought I was just gonna rip half my upper lip off, but we came out alive on that. So remember to spit when you do your reenactment. Okay. So one of the things I was really trying to recreate is, and I'm gonna give you one real quick, is this thing coming out of his the middle here, because going back to the two sketches real quick, let's just jump back to these. Forget Shane Evans for a minute. So kind of what we know is this sketch here, the first sketch, came from at least two witnesses that saw kind of an older gentleman with a scarf over his face, lower half of his face. And then they just, since it was covering his face, they took the sketch from the witness statements and the video. That's why he's got the accessories on and looks like the video, because it's just a mix between the witness statements and the video. So this is why, of course, this looks like the bridge guy, because he's kind of got the hat on, he's got the hoodie. But I definitely got some interesting results with having a scarf on. And I'll show you a little bit of that, but like I said, a lot of that's going to be saved for Tuesday. And then, with the young guy sketch, this was either from one or two witnesses, either the younger 16-year-old girl or the female that with the dogs barking. There's conflicting stories on who this apparently came from. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Holly. Yeah, you're right. So, like I said, let me just show you guys how much work I'm doing, and I'm not quite finished. So, all of these are videos. I know it says image, but these are all videos, all different runs of me wearing different things. Now, of course, I'm not going to have time to show all these on Tuesday. I'm going to take like the best ones. And so that's one folder, and that's another folder. And then I filmed, I also did some filming not on a bridge, because I really wanted to go, because the problem with being on the bridge is it's going south, but it's not going southeast. So the sun isn't quite where it would have been on, if I was doing, trying to get the exact reenactment. So I thought, what, let's do a second filming where I'm going southeast with the sun, so it's catching the right shadows. So, like I said, I've gone all in. All of these are videos. There's probably, 25 videos, 20 videos there. So like I said, I'm really trying to get some good data for people to use, like I said, and I encourage people, once I put this stuff out, to use it for whatever. But I want to play one with where I wear a scarf around my neck and just kind of show you what it kind of looks like if you just kind of had a scarf wrapped around your neck with the the typical outfit on, and what it kind of looks like. So let me. Okay, so here's one. So right now I'm starting at 75 feet. That's usually what I do, is I start at 75 feet because they believe he's about 70 feet away from the girls. So I figure start back a little bit, that way just in case if there's some discrepancy. Now I apologize, I can't zoom in right now, but I'll just kind of play it and show you guys kind of what I'm doing. And when I'm walking, I kind of lift my head and then I change some directions because I want to catch different shadows and everything. But as you can see, you can clearly see the scarf around the neck. Actually, while I'm doing this, let me pull up something. like I said, I'll show you a few of these because let me minimize that. Let me pull up this. Okay. Let's do this. Oh. Okay. We can work these two together in the shot here. Work with me here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. So, one of the things I was trying to really get is what is going on with this, because, you know, a lot of people think that's just kind of the scarf sticking out, but the trouble is with this, I was having a hard time trying to recreate that scarf stuffed out. I mean, I was literally had it wrapped around my neck, and I would try to like stick it out so it kind of get that little kind of curve, because it kind of looks like it's, you know, kind of curved out a little. But it just it was not happening. And like I said, this is not the final footage. I've got it where this is me with the hoodie on. And yes, Steve, I see you in the chat. Yes, I did do what you asked me to. Steve wanted me to hold the gun. Steve thinks there could be a possibility that he's actually kind of got the gun out, and that they kind of maybe because, you know, there's only 48 frames. It looks like some of those frames could have been tampered with. I'm not saying they were, but there's some speculation, because I mean, yes, you do have compression marks everywhere, so it could be compression marks, but there could have been some tampering. It is interesting why they don't at least show us the video of him at least walking until he's out of the picture. You know, we don't need to hear the audio. Thank you, Raina. Yep, so I did do that, and I have results for that. I could tell you that looked a lot more like rope coming out, for sure.
You're good.
Let's see, let me find one more. So yeah, the problem with this one this day is the sun wasn't in the right spot, so this is why I'm not really going to be using this footage. So that's why I'm kind of playing it for you guys, is because I didn't get the sun right, so I need to go back out and do it. But as you can see, I've kind of pulled my head up and down because I want to really create
exactly.
You know, different.
That's what makes it so hard to see.
Different views from different lengths.
That way, so it's still like you can't tell a lot of details.
And oh yeah, so here's me wearing the fake. So this one I was actually wearing the fake mustache, but I still had the strap, so I still had the sideburns. So here, let me show you guys. So this is another view with me with the mustache. So just to show you guys. And this is about 75 feet, iPhone, same phone and everything. As you can clearly see, you can see the mustache. It really pops out. Let's see, what else? What more I was going to show you? I do rope, so I want to go to the rope one real quick. This one where I have rope. So I tried two different things of rope. One that was thinner and one that was a lot thicker. Because there was also speculation that this was just the white strings from the brown. If this was a brown hoodie he had under, some people thought, oh, well, that's just kind of the strings from the white hoodie. But there's no way that would show up. So after doing a lot of runs, I could tell you that, like I said, and I'll share a lot more information come Tuesday. By going out there and doing this, and actually kind of getting in that mindset of what's comfortable and what would be more logic. I can't wait to share the results for sure. But I definitely think this could be rope. It still could be the scarf. It would just maybe a lot thinner one. Like I said, I'm going to be doing another run with a different scarf that's a lot thinner. See if I can kind of recreate that, but I'm trying to see if I've got the rope. I think I've got the thin rope, and you just could not see the thin rope out. Let's see if I can. So this one's here for you, Steve, as you can see. So this one's for you. Let me go back. So I'll send these over to you, Steve, when I get time. Here's me with the gun out. And then I do lower it to... I've got more runs too. But I do have it in different positions. Like I said, I've got so much footage. And like I said, I'm just going to go through it all and just narrow it down to some of the best ones. Def lighting, the best lighting and stuff. So, as I said, I've done a lot of work. And like I said, that'll come this Tuesday. I can't wait to show you guys. I'm super stoked, especially to have Gisla on. And it won't be just all of just watching my videos that I did. We're, me and Gisla, we'll discuss the case, kind of get her thoughts on some, the sketches and, kind of what she thinks about the case. So it won't just all be all the experiments I did, but a good portion of the show will be some of the results, and then of course be more interactive. I figure the way I'm going to put it together is so you guys can kind of like vote on which you guys think is the best as far as like what matched up and stuff. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. So but that's Tuesday. We'll probably be live tomorrow. And then I've got my video. I'll play just the intro for you guys. I have Jason Watts, who I'm working with right now. He's helping me correct a few mistakes that I got on the video. So I'm working to fix that. But this is for the Brandon Lawson case. Sharon McAndrews says, were gunshots heard? No, they don't think a gun was used. They think he just controlled them with the gun. And then some kind of bladed, instrument was used to inflict the fatal wounds. So, but yeah. So I'll play you, Chris. Are you gonna go to Moab this summer? Yeah. I don't. It's a good question. I might. We'll see. I am definitely keeping my ears to the ground when it comes to whatever is going to be going on with the Moab and the newlyweds. But I may go out there. Ever since they got this Adam Pinkowitz guy that's kind of changed everything. But we'll see. I definitely would like to. Okay. Alright. I don't know that channel. I hate to shout out channels I don't know, but thank you, Holly. Where did I leave it? So, yeah, Brandon Lawson case. I've got his story coming out. I'm going to try to get Jason Watts on. True Crime with Shannon, which I saw here earlier. I'm going to try to have her on my show very soon. So, we're going to be having a lot of guests on the show. So, I'm excited for that. But let me play you the preview for those who may not have seen the preview. This is just the short little trailer here. Just a short minute 30 trailer of the Brandon Lawson case.
911.
Yes, I'm in the middle of the field. It's like we're just pushing some guys over. Out here going towards Javelin on both sides. My truck ran out of gas. Going for here. You got to take the beach to the woods. 3:30.
Okay, now run that line.
One right off from. I show you ran into him.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
That's the first guy.
You need an ambulance?
Yes, no, I need to call.
Okay. Is anybody hurt? Hello? Hello?
What's up, Mob Crew? I'm Chris. In today's video, So yeah, that's just a short little sneak peek. I should have that ready sometime this weekend, I'm hoping. So Jason Watts is kind of busy, but he said he was going to help me with that. So hopefully we'll have that out soon with it completely finished. Because I just kind of showed a rough draft of it, but it wasn't quite finished because it still needed a few details kind of tweaked. Because there's a lot of parts that are kind of more speculation, so we'll get those all fixed. But with that said, gosh, time went by fast. So thank you so much. I just want to shout out WL22 has become a member. Thank you so much. Thank you for, Yuri for subscribing, and just thank you everybody for tuning in and taking their time out of their day to watch my channel. Like I said, we've got some exciting stuff coming up. Like I said, show this one more time. We got Gizla coming next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll be talking Delphi case and obviously my results from all these videos I've been recording. And we'll just kind of have it narrowed down to some of the better ones. So super stoked for that. And then, like I said, reaching out to a few other people to have on the show as well. So with that said, I appreciate all the mods. Thank you guys for being so great in the chat. I appreciate it. It helps make the stream go super smooth. Thank you, Wendy. And thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you so much. Shout out to Copper Horse. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to all the mods. And just everybody who supports this channel. I really appreciate it. And we will be live tomorrow. Not sure what we're going to cover. We might kind of touch on some of the latest events that are in the news. But we'll see. So with that said, we are going to sign off. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Go check out True Crime Web with Steve. He's just started up his new channel. Of course, if you want some more in-depth with the Delphi case, check out Marvin Frank. Also, Gizla from Grizzly True Crime. She goes covers all that.